Anyway, it's a net. The two young boys stood speechless. They couldn't believe their eyes. They exchanged looks, and Daichi couldn't help but let out a no! Whoa! It's a whoa! No.
It's like.
Oh god. Akira, we need you for the next line.
God damn it, Oliver. Well, you can have it.
Akira said with a smirk as he threw the net towards his friend. The net bounced between Daichi's hands before he actually caught it. He gave the biggest expression of worry and confusion. Daichi.
What am I meant to do with this?
Daichi cried, feeling anxiety build up in him once again. Akira.
Something. Why did you bring over this book?
Akira replied. Picking up the book, Daichi dropped in shock of being thrown something. Akira flipped through the pages. A wave of different expressions went through his face before it stopped at a building smile. Akira, it's you again.
I've lost the page 1 minute.
Alright.
Oh, look, it's the net. And I think the other thing in that box is the club type thing.
He handed Daichi...
Beat up monkey! Beat up in the club?
Right.
That's animal abuse!
No, I will show y'all.
I'm calling the RSPCA.
The RSPCA can't help. Why is it on Bing? I don't know. Here, you can kind of see it. That's the type of thing. The stun club.
It's like an energy club. That would hurt.
Okay, you're really setting your own vibrator vibes, Damien.
Yeah, Damien, you're
that's
not.
The other thing. That's the other thing that they're gonna get. The other thing just looks like a net that's blue.
Damien, you're not helping your case.
Ape Escape didn't help its case. It's not my fault. I'm working with the source material.
Shit, was that Cinder outside? Oh, cool.
Oh, gee.
Oh yeah, they do smack monkeys with it. Like, that's a thing in the game. To get them to stop running away, you have to hit them.
What?
You have to hit them. I mean, half the time they're trying to kill you in some sort of way, so it's self-defense. Anyway, where the frick
was I find on? See if
he handed Daichi the book and went to grab the other Rob? How many spelling mistakes are here? The other rod from the box. He was right. It was the net in the book. A header in oh my god, why am I...
Oh my god.
In bold, black text, read Monkey Net, presumably the name of this invention. Blueprints of the device's mechanisms were on one of the pages, and the next showed example of how to use it. It showed a figure pressing the button on the bottom just like they did. Another diagram showed a figure catching a poorly drawn monkey in a net like it was a bug. Alright. Daichi looked up to see Akira hit the bottom of the second rod, this time resulting in a blue lightsaber-type device.
You're really not helping to tell the women, right?
Look, fam! Look at me.
Look at this code. Look at this code, it's funny. It's funny.
I know.
Here comes the airplane.
I'm working with the source material, fam. I don't get a choice. It wasn't an actual lightsaber, though, as Akira was able to bounce the light beam on his other hand. Daichi, are you still there?
Oh, sorry, where is it?
Second line paragraph begins with Daichi looked up to see.
Oh, okay. This is a monkey net? Why would anyone need to catch monkeys?
It's a fair enough question. Daichi asked, as he had to put everything together. Kira, get ready for life is change.
I guess.
The realization, because I'm not sure if I made it clear, they had no idea about this monkey shit beforehand.
Kinky shit.
No!
Yeah, it's very kinky.
I mean, they didn't know about the kinky stuff or the monkeys beforehand, so... So, like, either... Oh, why won't English work? Akira and Daichi stared... Akira and Daichi shared a look of confusion, but they were in too deep at this point to just leave it.
That's what she said.
Maybe we can find out what the machine is. Fuck. Maybe we can find out what the machine is and what the last thing they were doing.
Daichi suggested to be met with a smug look. Akira, this.
Fuck's sake! I keep losing my place.
It's okay.
You can find it.
You can.
Okay.
It's fourth line, same
Well,
paragraph.
that
Well,
looks like a computer job for the Dutch stuff.
they're 11. Leave them alone.
I'll be looking through the boxes for more clues.
Akira strutted to the other side of the room.
Yeah.
With a cringe-filled smile, Daichi turns his attention to the computer. See, Daichi's cool. He also hates that stupid-ass fucking name.
The Deicher. If I knew that my character was going to be called the Deicher at some point, I would not have done this voice.
What do you mean?
I'm joking.
I would have signed up even, like, harder.
I hope you guys could hear that.
Yes.
What was it?
The oof.
When Daichi clicked on the map, it turned out that it had been set to lock screen. It turned out that it had been set to the lock screen. The password was simple to figure out. It was written on a piece of paper that had been taped to the keyboard-esque module. Once he was in, it was clear that someone who was better with protecting their information should have been in control of this operation.
Master hacker.
Just writes down whatever he sees on the module, and it's like, oh, I'm in. There were several tabs open. The most interesting one was some sort of geolocation map. There was a dot on a seemingly random area, and said dot would give out red ripples periodically. There were X, Y, and Z coordinates listed next to the dot. Daichi opened the next tab. The words .exe were placed above the... Oh my god.
Simply input screen. Bruh.
Well, I thought I had everything worked out. It was meant to be like transporter.exe were placed above the simple input screen. I don't even think you can change stuff on fanfiction.net, so I'm only able to change this on the Wattpad version. Shit. The same numbers from the previous screen were already written in, but no one had pressed enter. It was as if whoever was working on the project had left in an unexpected hurry. Daichi, it's your turn again.
Oh, Akira, it's a transporter. Come here if you don't believe me.
Yeah,
Akira, come here if you don't believe me, but...
Akira walked over, but it was all real.
So is this me then?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just playing around about this whole thing for a while, but this is serious. I can't believe I'm even thinking this, but what do you think we should do?
Akira's face had turned completely serious. This wasn't any elaborate prank. The choice was in Daichi's hands, and he could only blurt out the first thing he thought of.
Let's try to help out.
He said with confidence. Well, it's borderline confidence, because it's like, let's try to help out, you know?
Yeah. Wait. Actually, we'll finish this paragraph. Then I want to say something.
Okay. I think this is
Me again.
No, this is Daichi.
Oh, if this conspiracy is true, the monkeys have to do with these random incidents. Why don't we just show these guys how mature we are?
Akira's frown rose to a smile, somewhat impressed by this demonstration of confidence. And this is Akira.
Yeah. You can see that I should be able to watch whatever anime I want.
He shouted in response. That's it. He shouted in response. Akira again.
Yeah, let's get to it.
Akira slammed his hands onto the enter key and ran over to the teleportation machine. Daichi couldn't process what was happening. The entire situation had gone from 0 to 100 in less than a second. What were you gonna say?
Wait, can I say something? Okay. When you said about where was it? Like Akira walked over to it.
Yeah.
This is what came up in my head. Fucking what? Damn it. It's not. Fuck's sake.
It's the JoJo memes.
Yes, it's the JoJo theme.
It was me, Dio.
I'm expecting Dio. I'm expecting Dio to be behind all this.
Akira is actually Dio in disguise.
It's actually the Spanish Inquisition.
So what do you feel about the character motivations here, you know?
Like, dumb child and dumb child.
It's dumb child and a slightly dumber child. One of them's just like, hey, maybe we can help out, and the other one's like, I want to watch anime.
The thing is, that would have absolutely been me a few years ago.
Because they're 11. That's the thing you gotta remember.
They have motivation for doing this?
That's Akira's motivation to do this is so that he can show his mom that he's mature and can watch whatever anime he wants.
Oh, okay. That's quite funny.
Meanwhile, Daichi is just like, maybe we can help out, you know?
Yeah.
Anime!
I do find it. Yeah, that's quite funny. Yeah, that's fairly funny.
The ironic thing is, it shows he's quite immature.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright. Now we're getting into real story. Two oversized antennae moved down from the top of the machine, sending electrical signals to the giant wind-up key on its top. A humming sound began to emit from the machine, and sparks of electricity shot between the frame in the middle of the machine. Suddenly, a purple vortex appeared. White and blue lines spiraled into the middle. This had to be a portal that would allow them to warp to whatever location had been inputted. Akira had an excited, smug grin on his face, and was ready to jump through. Daichi, on the other hand, was becoming more apprehensive with each second that passed. Daichi, it's your line.
Oh, I think we should stop here. I was wrong.
Daichi muttered, but Akira knew that he would try and chicken out like he always did.
No. It's gonna be awesome.
Akira snapped back. He grabbed Daichi by his forearm and ran up the steps of the machine. Being weaker, Daichi had to run along to avoid falling completely to the floor. Despite his dismay. Hello? Akira launched himself off of the portal's frame. Taking Daichi along with him. It's your line, Akira. Harness that 11-year-old energy.
No.
Okay.
Hold on, I need to. I just keep looking at cursed cookie images. Hold on. I need to compose myself.
Why compose yourself? This is a stupid ass story.
Where are we? Where are we?
On the same paragraph where it begins with, I think we should stop here, third line towards the end.
Okay, so I think I should stop at third line towards the end.
Okay.
Is it
And then-
Akira screaming yeah?
Yeah.
Wait, do I have a line in like this then?
In this chapter, yes.
Alright, how many lines do I have?
You have one for this chapter. You have more technically in the sister chapter if we want to go on to that, and that's not as long. But it's
So I'm
not.
literally just here to say one line.
But also to enjoy the story. And you're also
I
doing the
am-
sound effects.
Yeah, that's true. I am the sound effects artist.
Akira screamed while Daichi was left sucking his thumb with the hand he had open. The two young boys were falling, though it looked as if they were floating. Akira launched. Oh my god. Akira's launch had left him going face first into whatever train they were going to, while Daichi had moved himself to an upright position, to the most upright position he could. It wasn't long at all until the two saw themselves approaching a bright white circle. Akira let out a soft "whoa" as they entered it. Here's your sound effect, dude. Go on.
Alright, let's I need to go to the stream. Where is it? Highlight it, please.
Try.
Crash. Okay.
Yeah.
That was
Right.
like the MacBook.
Wait, hang on.
Does this look like a crash? Does this sound like a crash? No. I'm trying to find.
I mean, it kind of
things
does.
I can.
Yeah, it did.
Right. Alright, okay, that's the crash sound effect.
Wait,
So
hang
that's
on.
the crash sound effect.
I have a
So we got the crash noise, in which I think we should give Oliver a clap. So that was beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
I was the only one that appreciated it. The sound of Akira's face hitting into the cold metal floor rang out in all directions. That and his loud accidental.
Damn it!
That was Akira's line.
Oh, sorry.
Gamey.
Damn me, baby. Daichi fell on his behind, immediately causing his thumb to push up into his front teeth. We all know that pain. He didn't scream, rather he let out a groan and took his thumb out of his mouth. He looked to the side.
Oh.
No! He looked to his side. The white circular portal they had gone through was on the wall next to them, and they were now at the end of an unknown hallway. His friend was lying his bottom in the His friend was lying with his bottom in the air and head on the ground, one hand in the position to push himself up and the other on his chin. The open stun club was lying next to his first hand. Realizing he was the least hurt of the two, Daichi stood up to get a better picture of what this place was, whilst making sure he was still holding the monkey nets. The flooring was completely silver steel. Old tracks of mud could be seen faded on the ground from where someone had attempted to clean them. Small lights had been placed next to the wall on every other large plate of the floor. The walls were just as barren. They were a darker gray color, with longer steel plates connected to each other. Ugh. The hallway continued straight for a little bit, maybe a few seconds of running as fast as possible before curving to the left. On the right side of said curve, there was a single door, noticeable due to the black frame around it and the small black box next to it. Several circular lights shone from the ceiling, a few inches spaced between them. It seemed like a space base. it was soulless. That wouldn't be the end of the increasingly unorthodox situation. Look at me and my long, fancy words.
Unorthodox.
But y'all get
Source.com. Source.com.
y'all get ready for this. Footsteps. Fast footsteps getting louder at that. Uh-oh. Daichi looked to Akira, who had finally stood up, to see if he was hearing the same steps. He only expressed his concern in a facial expression, though. Akira, time for you again. It's okay.
What?
Akira whispered, not at all realizing the sounds until it was too late. The footsteps had stopped. Daichi turned his head back to the bend in the hallway. There was someone there.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun. I was waiting for someone to give any sort of reaction, and I was like, ugh. It looked so similar to both Akira and himself. But not. As Daichi looked closer, he saw tufts of fur covering the person's wrists and continuing up their arm. Only their hands and seemingly face were exposed skin. Their nose wasn't human-like. It resembled a monkey's.
I wonder what it is.
Daichi soon realized that this person had to be a monkey. Not only a monkey, no, a highly advanced ape.
Harambe!
No! Harambe!
So only their face and feet weren't
Hands.
weren't confirmed.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong.
There's only so ways you can draw an ape, you know? Where the fuck was I? He was filled with confusion and dread. His seemingly bad speculation was right. But he had never seen a monkey that looked like this.
Monkey.
It had almost white fur with light indigo at every tip, and seemed to be wearing a burgundy scarf. It was clear that the feelings of dread were mutual, as the monkey's grayish blue eyes opened wide and its mouth fell a small bit open. It stared at Daichi before moving its gaze down to his hand, to the monkey net. Akira, also spelt wrong again, finally looked forward to see the same sight Daichi did. Not quite as stunned silence as Daichi, though. Akira, would you like your amazing line?
What is that thing?
We see Akira elegantly said. However, those words started the chase. The monkey-esque figure immediately lunged to his left, hitting the small box with his hand and opening the door, running through. Akira, it's your time again.
Wait. Come on, dude, we gotta get it.
You just went like through 3 different stages of life. Akira, why is he called Akita halfway through this? Thanks, Akira, he ain't no dog. Akira shouted, though it was clear he was somewhat shaken. Daichi?
Oh, sorry, where am I?
Same paragraph, no.
Oh no, this is not what I thought would happen today.
Daichi won before running a few seconds behind his best friend.
Me having a depressive
No. Upon getting close...
When your routine gets changed.
No. Upon getting close to the door, it automatically opened. Whatever that thing had inputted had unlocked the door, and possibly all of them in the building. As they ran into the room, which seemed to be a small supply closet, they caught a glimpse of a door across the tiny room close. And they ran through that one quickly, too. They had entered another hallway, with no clear sign about what direction they were meant to go. Daichi looked to his right, to see a shadow quickly move out of the light on the other side on the other side of another curved hallway. His brain was working overtime, and he could only blurt out a few words. Daichi, don't worry.
Wait, I'm just gonna search. Oh yeah, gonna go this way.
He said, without even knowing what he had implied. His brain only wanted to say something quickly before running after the shadow. Akira was left standing at the previous door, kinda surprised.
I'll just go this way.
He interpreted Daichi's words not as a direction for both of them to go the same way, but to split up. Daichi wasn't really focusing, though. His mind was set on getting close to the person. As he turned the bend, he saw the monkey go through the middle door in the hallway, as opposed to either the doors on both sides. It was barely a second of adrenaline-fueled running until Daichi got to the door and it opened. He witnessed the monkey try to slide over the long table in some sort of conference room, falling off at the other side. You ever see that in, like, Fast and Furious or some shit where somebody tries to slide over the car?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Just imagine this stupid-ass monkey trying to do this and failing over a table and just falling off
I
of the
thought
other
you
side.
said these monkeys were intelligent, Damien.
This monkey in particular is 12 and is also autistic. Leave him alone.
Bruh.
Autistic monkey.
Yeah.
It looked up, only to be terrified by Daichi's confused expression. Before Daichi even had a chance to say anything on the poor attempt of escaping, the monkey ran through another door located on the opposite side of the room. Daichi followed, of course, but decided to use the quicker route of simply running around the table and chairs. And now we have a good few paragraphs of the best character so far, Akira.
Bruh.
Akira ran down the other side of the hallway, coming across a strange sight. There were two doors, one in front of him and one on the left. On his right was a vending machine. This really confused him. What type of evil base has a vending machine? He ran over to it, if only to see what type of food they had. It was all varieties of banana food, from banana-flavored biscuits to banana juice.
Banana.
Banana!
Banana.
What did I expect, he thought to himself. He never liked bananas and was still hungry from earlier that night. But it seemed like
So quirky.
so quirky, I don't like bananas. What? Person in monkey story no like bananas? What?
Banana.
Banana. God, where was I?
Banana.
But it seemed like he wouldn't be able to do anything there. He walked through the door that had been in front of him. It was another dimly lit hallway. At this point, the sounds of overlapping footsteps had faded, and he was truly on his own. He became bored, with a bit of fear rising inside of him. And that was a burp. The only way to ignore it was to keep walking and hope to come across his friend again. So Kira's given up.
Like me.
No.
Same.
Oh. He had been walking for a few minutes, using his time to closely inspect the stun club he had. Oh god. The book had the book had said it could stun whoever it hit for a few seconds, and he thought that was pretty cool. He also realized how uncomfortable it was to carry in his hands. So, it's your line.
Oh, is this me?
No, it's not. It's Avery.
I need to get some gloves after this.
Akira being a serial killer again.
He said in an annoyed whisper. He broke his focus on the club to look up, originally wanting to see if there was another bend in the hall, but was met with something completely different. Light, pouring out of a doorway only a few meters in front of him. He was shocked. It seemed like it was nighttime in this place, but for whatever reason, this random room had its lights on and its doors open, if it had them at all. He was hit with the smell of freshly toasted bread maybe a bit burnt. Akira, remember when I was joking about bananas on toast?
Yep.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is where it comes in. Akira's stomach growled at the smell. Do you want to do Akira thinking to himself, or should I just do it?
You can do it if you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess that's what happened when you stand in a fridge for a while, he thought to himself. However, he had seen enough films and anime to know this may be a trap to get him. He had to be careful. He carefully walked as to make as little noise as possible and propped himself up, back facing the wall next to the doorway. Taking a deep breath, he turned his head and peeked into the room. There was another monkey.
No.
And it seemed to be huge. What type of... I think I wrote this at like 3 a.m. I'm not even gonna lie.
Bruh.
Maybe 6 feet tall? Even taller than Akira's own father. Akira thought he would only be able to reach its shoulders, but he wasn't about to check. It seemed to be wearing a two-tone hoodie of different shades of purple and gray skinny jeans. Along with leather boots with steel soles and a steel ring towards the top. On its head seemed to be a purple baseball cap put on backwards, with an alarm light connected to it. An alarm light that Akira had seen in the book he flipped through earlier. Because no one else will do the gasps. It had said
This is making me really hungry for bananas on toast.
Not after.
I would never.
Oh, just wait for it. It had said something about the color of the light, but he didn't bother to read. The sections. All he knew that it was blue at the moment. The room was a kitchen, but all Akira could see from that position was the corner of the room with shelves, drawers, a refrigerator, and, of course, a toaster. There may have been more to the room itself, but Akira was preoccupied with the monkey. He was finding it hard to stop his mouth from watering from the smell of the toast, and he couldn't help but imagine how good it would smell if it had butter or jam on it. But his foodie thoughts were to be destroyed by the monkey's next action. It placed slices of bananas on the toast.
Ow!
You've just been preparing that for 3 years!
I probably should have
Yeah,
done
holy shit.
Probably should have done a volume warning, sorry.
Yeah! I'll put a
How loud,
rip headphones.
how loud was that?
Not too loud,
Very-
honestly.
Not too loud for me. Oh, but you did capture the feeling of Akira shrieked as his stomach felt sick. He didn't realize what he did until after it happened. He instinctively put his open hand over his mouth and lifted the stun club up. The alarm light on top of the monkey's hat turned from blue to red as it spun around. Its face was just as shocked as the other one, but this one had normal colors, except for the fact it seemed to have blonde hair on its head, while the rest of its fur was brown. As you do, monkeys have separate sets of hair, don't you know? That's a joke. I keep losing my place because I'm stupid. These details didn't really...
Details.
Hmm?
I was just pointing out where you were.
Thank you. These
Holy
details
shit, why
didn't...
is there a fly in my room? Sorry, go on.
These details didn't really matter to Akira. He was full of adrenaline to allow for fight or flight movements. He was stunned, however, when the monkey quickly opened the small box that was on the wall below the cabinets, revealing a red button, and smashed it with its fists. You know, as you do, a loud alarm began to scream from him. Oh my god, why can't I speak? Time for another swig of the drink.
Speak.